Hello viewers, tutorial 7 question 2, and we are simplifying the 7th root of 128 y to the 5 z squared, all of that to the power of 10, all over y times z to the power of 6. So the first thing we're going to do is separate out the letter part from the number part, and if we do so we get the 7th root of 128, which is on the top, so we don't need a 1 over that, times the 7th root of what's left, which is the letter bit, namely y to the 5 z squared to the power of 10, all over y times z to the power of 6. So the 7th root of 128 is 2 times the 7th root, which is the power of 1 over 7. So here we've got powers inside the bracket with powers outside the bracket, so we multiply them. Y to the power of 5 times 10 is 50. Z to the power of 2 times 10 is 20 over y times z to the power of 6. So we get 2 times. Now we can subtract the powers of y, so we get a power of y of 50 minus 1 is 49, and the biggest power is on the top, so we get y to the 49. With z, the biggest power is also on the top, and the difference is 20 minus 6 is 14. So we get 2 times. Again, we're back to having powers inside and outside the bracket, so we can multiply them. 4 times the 7th is 7, and z to the power of 14 times 1 over 7. 14 times 1 over 7 is 2, so we get 2y to the 7 z squared. Question B, make D the subject of r equals the square root of 4ab minus c over d squared. So first thing to do is, this whole right hand side is under a square root, so we'll start by getting rid of that, square both sides. So r squared is 4ab minus c over d squared. Okay, so we want to solve for d, which means next thing we want to have is the c over d squared term on its own on one side of the equation without the minus sign in front. So one way we can do that is to move the c over d squared to the other side, and simultaneously we'll move the r squared to this side. So we'll have positive c over d squared on this side equals 4ab minus r squared, and this, let's say, is over 1. So now we've got one fraction on each side of the equation, which means we can flip both sides, and we want to do that because we want to solve for d. We want to have d on the top. So if we do that, we get d squared over c equals 1 over 4ab minus r squared. Now if we multiply through by c, we get d squared equals c over 4ab minus r squared, and if we take the square root of that, we get d equals the square root of c over 4ab minus r squared. Okay, so that's question B done. Now question C, we have a bit more rearrangement to do. X equals 4 plus a over 12 minus 2a. We need to solve that for a. So the first step in that process is going to be to multiply through by 12 minus 2a. So we get x times 12 minus 2a equals 4 plus a. And we can expand this out. We can multiply that x into the bracket, so we get 12x minus 2ax equals 4 plus a. And we're solving for a, so we want all of the a terms on one side, everything else to the other side. So what we'll do is bring the 4 to this side and the 2ax to that side, so that everything with an a in it is on the right hand side. So we've got a times, if we do this all in one step, let's not. So we've got 12x minus 4 equals 2ax plus a. So that's what we have. And now we can take out the a as a common factor, so we get a times 2x gives you your 2ax plus a times 1. And this left-hand side, let's keep it as is. And now we can divide through by 2x plus 1, so we get 12x minus 4 over 2a over 2x plus 1 equals a, but we really want the a on the left. So that has a the subject. Okay, thanks for watching. Over and out.